Welcome back to my Sunday business reflection, where I reflect on how I'm doing in my business this week in the spirit of transparency and vulnerability. So, what does success look like for me this month? Consistently posting 5 days a week to one channel, to one social channel. I've been posting to 3. So, success doesn't have to happen on all the channels yet. This is a marathon, not a race. It's important just to share what we do in our business that actually makes it work for us and how we reflect on what is working and what's not working. Turning challenges into something useful, like a video, a lead, a lesson, a sale. Developing my own rhythm is important to me. Getting better at speaking to my audience, like you all. Improving free ad posting success, or doing a group posting strategy on Facebook, LinkedIn, and in some of the professional communities I'm in. Also, mastering working 4 hours, 2 days a week, and 2 hours the rest of those days. So for me, that looks like you also need to reflect on what could hold you back from your goals, right? And so for me, that's being an infant mom, getting stressed out rather than breathing, focusing, this is really important, focusing on what's not working rather than what is. We always do that in our business. Our attention goes to what's not working instead of just focusing and resting and feeling into what is working. Also, not taking care of my body, or not sleeping enough, not practicing abundance manifestation, or really feeling into what I want, not being grateful for what I have and what is being offered already, not asking for help from my husband or the caregiver we have when I need a break from being a mom. Is working. And so I had a lot of struggles this past week getting content created and scheduled until I revisited a video in our Build Your Empire module of the Legacy Builders program that I do, where my mentor reminded me about setting goals and asked, what are our non-negotiables? And hers included creating 3 pieces of content in 1 hour. And she mentioned 1-minute impactful videos. And for me, that seemed impossible at the time. But then I just sat with it and I just realized I was putting way too much time into editing and perfecting videos that were way too long anyway, and views were dropping off after a certain point. So what I decided to do is to pivot and focus on creating 1-minute scripts and videos that I have to minimally edit. So like only taking edits off the front or the back of the video and nothing in the middle, and then utilize TikTok Studio for editing quickly and creating interest, and not worrying so much about needing to have makeup on, for example. So I can edit 3 1-minute videos way faster than 3 2+ minute videos that I record together and then have to split apart editing in Canva. I can then repurpose them across multiple channels and create a content library over time. I also woke up really motivated over the last weekend, and I was able to really start honing my scripts using technology like ChatGPT. I've created a voice and style guide in my ChatGPT and given it tons of my perfect customer data that I've put together. So what I did is I honed my ideal script structure, and then I generated 18 to 47 scripts at a time. So now I'm just editing those to get them into my teleprompter app. And then when I have a moment that's baby free, I can just quickly record a 1-minute video here and there and edit them later, wherever I'm at. What are my non-negotiables actually in my business? What will I do no matter what that drive traffic to my website? Posting ads for 30 minutes, creating 3 pieces of content for an hour every day, responding to comments and emails for 30 minutes, and doing training for 30 minutes. Also, you need to reflect on who do you need to become in your business to have the kinds of habits that build the business and build toward the goals that you're looking for. And so our mentors suggested we look at other people in our business community and who shows up in a way that we admire, that we're attracted to, and who are being successful. And one of those people is a guy named Tim, who didn't make any money in his first 3 months of doing this business, and now he's edging toward $300,000 in his business. Also, there's a mama of 3 with an infant around Elwyn's age that he mentored, and her name's Nicole. And how does Tim show up? How does Nicole show up? And I need to ask myself, what do I need to release from my life to reach my goals? That kind of goes back to what's going to get in the way, like allowing the stress of being a mom to get in the way, focusing on what's not working instead of what is working, letting challenges overwhelm my nervous system instead of using them as opportunities to get creative and sort of look at them as challenges that I can expect to happen and leaning into them. And so how did I do this week? So this week was a struggle. I basically overwhelmed myself the weekend before our trip to Glacier, where I'm at right now, because I was acting like I could create 45 pieces of content and get it all scheduled before our trip. And it didn't happen, because that's crazy. I just ended up overwhelming myself with an unreasonable expectation of myself as a mom, and it ended up shutting me down. And so I had quite a few ups and downs that week, but I ended up letting go a bit and being compassionate and really kind to myself when I did get overwhelmed. And ultimately, I was able to process it and pivot. And so what am I most proud of? I let go of consistency. Like once I got myself overwhelmed, I just needed to be kind to myself about it. And that gave me room to pivot. And then by like the end of the week and weekend, I was bulk producing tons of scripts and recording videos imperfectly in 1-minute increments to lighten the overall load I was putting on myself to edit and produce so much content. So that's what I'm talking about. I got overwhelmed. I didn't focus on it. I just figured out how to pivot. I went back to the course program. I looked at the goals. I listened to my mentor. I was like, how's she doing that? Where is the bulk of my time going? Where's the time suck? Where's the drain? What's not working? And I was able to pivot. And so what happened then is I got a Rising Creator badge on my Facebook Pro account for 2 posts I boosted that got more than 63,000 views, y'all, and more than 18,000 engagements. So that's reactions, comments, or link clicks. And then the first video short I published using the streamlined overwhelmless method I pivoted to this week got a whopping 400 plus views on YouTube and gave me new likes and followers. So it actually ended up feeling like a wonderful validation that the pivot from overwhelm to efficient imperfection as a mother was well worth it. So how do I feel about this week overall? I didn't meet my posting consistency goals that week, but I did gather new leads and I honed my scripts. I reduced the burden in my content creation process. So to me, I turned a shitty, overwhelmed sandwich I had made for myself into a creative challenge that's actually producing easier, more engaging content that's getting more views. So what did I learn from that? That I can create unnecessary weight in my content process with videos that I can actually lighten by shortening up the videos, recording one at a time, and reducing editing touch using my mobile phone. So do I feel like I'm connecting better with my content? I do. When I get a piece of potential customer feedback, I end up using it to make a video and speak to that customer's needs. So the new honed scripts I've bulk produced feel easier and more natural to do. And I'm getting more people across platforms responding to my call to action in the comments, like on Facebook primarily, but TikTok as well. And I'm just getting way more engagement and views on YouTube from this same content. So shit sandwich turned into a delicious learning experience and creative pivot for me in my business this week. So thank you so much for joining me and listening in to like what this process is like. And until next time, I will see you in my Generative Sunday business reflection.